last 2 days, I've been decluttering my space. Actually, not even my space. I've been decluttering my entire house. And what prompted this decluttering was the fact that I was the other day cleaning for 2 hours straight. It got to a certain point where I took a step back and I was like, what? Y'all know that commercial where it's like, wait a minute, but not the who are you part. I was like, wait a minute, like, it's just me. Why am I cleaning for 2 hours straight? If y'all can't tell, this is the office. It doesn't look anything like it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why here soon. This might be a little yap session, but we're gonna move around while we're at it. But I was sitting downstairs looking around, and then I came up here into the office that I never came into, I never used, I never even set up. And then I went to my room, I went to my closet, my bathroom, my laundry room, my garage, and I was like, there's things I have in this house that have been here, well, not in this house, but that have been with me since 2017. I'm looking at clothing, I'm looking at items, objects in my house that I haven't touched, looked at in 10 plus years. So you know what I did? I hopped on YouTube and I didn't search up decluttering, I searched up a similar word that I can't think of that led me to decluttering videos. I think I watched about like 5 minutes of those videos before I understood exactly what I needed to do. Came here and I just stripped the entire room. I pulled everything out of here. It was hollow. It was nothing in here. Before I started moving anything back into it, I started getting rid of things that I'm not even gonna go into into the details of what I had. I'm looking at things like, why would I keep this? But that also made me realize and made me come to understand that, I mean, not understand because it's something that obviously we all know, but we never really look back at the person we were. That's what I was doing. Like, I'm finding all these things from 2017, 18, 21, and I'm just like, dang, I'm a completely different person because I either have no interest in this thing anymore. I'm like, why did I buy this? Not in a like a shaming myself way. I'm not shaming myself like, why did I buy this? I'm genuinely questioning like, where was I in life to have bought this and thought that I was going to enjoy it past 2 weeks? Things like that. So after I got rid of probably 80% of things that was in this office, in this closet, that's when I was like, okay, cool. I looked at the room and I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I need to make it look like I want to be in it. And that's what I did. I put art, well, mostly like stuff. I painted this, by the way, me and my friend. I'm not the best painter, but I can get busy. My other two friends painted these. Y'all can see this. The Naruto rug. I got the Naruto rug back in 2020. I'm never getting rid of this. I really just got a few dope art pieces and items of decor and things that absolutely 100% needs to be in here. I told myself that I wanted to be intentional and I'm not gonna be boring. I'm obviously gonna have my fun stuff in here, my art, my anime stuff. Like I'm always gonna have, because this is a part of me, so I'm always gonna have pieces of me, especially in my space. But I also told myself I wanted to be intentional. I need my space to be clean and open. Clean and open. This is the room. I just cleared off this space. I took this because I had a fake olive tree right here. I took that out and I took a picture. I just took a few things out to open up the space. I almost wish I did a before and an after video or shots or pictures, but the reason I didn't was because I needed to be 100% here. I didn't want to keep anything I didn't need to keep. I didn't want to have to go back and forth with myself all the while, moving the camera, getting different camera angles, talking to the camera. You know, my mind would have been focused on too many tasks when I needed to specifically focus on this one task. I mean, y'all can see in previous videos, but downstairs alone, I love plants. I love plants, but I had plants everywhere. I had just stuff everywhere. And I was accumulating with no real intention on where to put certain things. I bought like 3 mirrors one time. two of the same. And I had them in the same area at one point for the longest time, actually. And I'm looking at it when I came to this realization. I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm just like, you know, this is unnecessary. I had probably 13 items on this small ass desk, drawer, dresser, whatever you want to call it. Now I have this many. I don't have to take 36 things off this one space just to dust it down and then have to put 36 things back on top. And I also wanted to move my bed back to the middle of the room so both sides can be accessed. I wouldn't say this is a yoga mat, or not a yoga mat, like a yoga space. This is for when I get out of bed. First thing I get out of bed, and I do at least 1 to 2 minutes of just like fluid movements to wake my body up from being stiff all night. But I wouldn't have been able to do this if I kept all this stuff right here. So this is what I'm talking about with being intentional. My orientation of my room like this is the best. Let me show y'all. What am I doing? My orientation for my room like this is the best functionality wise. I have everything that I need in this room. I don't need to do much more. I don't need to do more at all. I also want to share this with y'all because it definitely helped me. Hopefully y'all can see it. Did it focus? Boom. This is the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra, my bad. Oh my God. My allergies are smacking me right now. But this is the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra, I'm sorry. I read books. I used to read only self-help books, but I wanted to broaden my horizon. So I read like fictional books, and I read all sorts of books now. Anything that's dope. I read this book in the past when I thought I understood this book, but I had to bounce back and read it again because one of the laws in this book is the law of detachment. And that's chapter 6 in this book. It's my favorite chapter. I haven't read this book since 2023, but as I was decluttering and cleaning, this popped in my head. It popped in my head, and I was like, hold up. I remember there was something about the law of detachment in this book. So I decided to pick this book back up and read it. But it just reminded me that you can, but it reminded me specifically that I can't let myself be attached to things that serve me no purpose or just isn't beneficial to me. Not in a selfish way, but that's how I'm saying it right now because it's in relation to the decluttering of this house. So I just kept running that back in my head as I'm looking at clothing items, looking at everything that I was going back and forth like, should I keep it or should I get rid of it? And there was a lot. There was so much. I was battling with myself like, nah, this is a good piece. I haven't worn this piece in 5 years. What are you doing? So I just had to continuously bounce my mind back to the law of detachment from this book. But yeah, Deepak Chopra, the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success is phenomenal book. Phenomenal book. But this is the room. Intentional as hell. Now this space is the space that looks the most drastically different. And for those of you who may be watching that have been watching me over the months or over the years, you know exactly what this space used to look like. There was plants there, plants all over the place. But the reason I decided to declutter this space and get rid of some of my plants, and by get rid of, I do not mean I threw my plants away, ladies and gentlemen, do not do that. I gave them to a very good person who is very good with plants. But this is a space. It looks way more intentional to me. It's more functional. I actually have a space that I can walk through right here. I've noticed the bigger the space, the more I needed to fill the space. I need my space to be decluttered so my mind can be decluttered. But as far as the plants, yeah, I just kept the ones that obviously look good low light, good in low light, and self-sufficient for the most part. I've come to grips with the fact that I'm a routine-based person. I need routine, I need structure. I don't need routine throughout the whole day, but I need routine through most of my day. I tried doing the no routine thing for I think it was like 2-3 months. And it was cool. But I noticed I was letting things slide around my house, around my space, with myself. And when you're in it, like anything in life, when you're in it, you can never see it for what it is until you take a step back or you pull yourself out of whatever it is, and then you're looking at it from the outside looking in. That's when you can see everything for truly what it is. But me stepping back into the space of how I like to operate, I just noticed that I was doing things that didn't really fit the person that I've always been or the person that I genuinely want to be. This whole thing is a part of me growing. Just like back then, I thought accumulating and filling my space was me growing. And it probably was at the time because that's just where I was at the, or not at the moment, but I guess you could say at the moment. That's just where I was at the moment or at the time. But now, 3 months later, 2 years later, 3 years later, as long as you're changing for the better, you're doing everything you need to be doing. But I'm in a space now where I feel this is the most beneficial for my mental, for my physical, for everything around me.